Hey, hey. Oh, yes. You motherfucker. Oh, shit. I wonder if I can do that. Let me try something really fast. All right. How you doing, buddy?
Good. Just texting Bustecker.
How's old Bustecker doing? As disorganized as usual?
No.
Take that.
We got a, me and Bustecker, we were talking about.
Secret plan?
No, doing this event. He was just saying he wants to
That's the
announce
secret plan event.
And it's going to be family friendly.
Yeah.
And
but with swingers. We're going to do like the old, we're going to do like hip hop in the front. So it's going to be families in the front, but in the back through just a curtain. It's literally like hedonism.
Yeah.
Just a curtain. So, hey, if Steve Mooney's little, that little cute little boy, right? He's so adorable. If he wanders back there, he's going to literally blow his mop top off.
Oh, he's a real man.
I don't think he is. He's very sweet. That's one of the sweetest children I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, but Mooney's his old man. So
Mooney's tough.
Yeah.
But Mooney's sweet. Mooney's tough but sweet.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But there are real old Florida men that are sweet,
yes,
but also will shoot you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've pushed down all their trauma, and it's deep down there. But
But once their kids grow up, I think they lose the sweet. Unless they have grandkids, they keep the sweet.
Yeah.
But if they lose their grandkids, full racist. That's the turn.
There's Florida real men that are like have little pee-pee dogs and
that's
like
what I hope to become.
Little stuffed animals, and they've killed people in Vietnam.
Yeah, almost. I think most. I think you
put goddamn, you murdered.
I always thought it was like MS-13. Okay, did you know that 1 teardrop is you've killed, 2 teardrops is you've killed more than once, 3 teardrops, MS-13, is you've lost count.
Okay, all right.
And I feel like I've seen some of those guys and they got nothing but stuffed animals on the back. Same thing. That guy with a gun, helicopter, a whole village down.
Yeah.
Women, children, everyone. It's just all going up. Release the napalm, right? And that's why he does it. You got to balance it out. All right, are we good? Do you need to call our guy?
Yeah.
Or let me make sure my thing is working. Okay, nope, can't play that because I don't want to play that for you. Well, hey, thanks for being here. Let me give some, while Tom's doing that, I'll give the chat room some love. We had SJ was first in here, then Tracy. Norm, welcome. Riki. Jackal's in here. Hello, Jackal. Big Doug Millionaire. Shell is in here. Crystal Lapice. Crystal Lapice and I are talking about staying hydrated. Andrea's yelling at me because I'm kind of doing her, loosely doing her macros, and I don't drink enough water, and she's fucking real mad at me. You got to drink a water. So say she packed me a water.
Water's overrated.
I know. That's what I said to her, but she said Dr. Powers and Rebecca will yell at you.
Jeremy.
They don't yell at you, but.
How's it going, dude?
Let's see. Keyed up BDM.
Just
Jen is in here. Duncan Cupo. What up, buddy? How'd the bread come out? Robert has a leg infection. He didn't sleep good.
He got a leg infection?
A leg infection. I said, we are brothers in wounds, me and Robert. Shred Bear, an 8 mass.
How'd you get a leg infection?
I don't know. Was it on your trip? Did you fall?
I like when you get one from eating too much sugar.
Oh, that's the best one. Okay, hold on. What line?
I'm joking.
What line is he on? Is it 1?
1.
Hey, Jeremy, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Awesome. What's going on, man? How are you? Hey, thanks for doing this. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys sending the card, and I just happened to be listening to the, to the Rub and Memories show last week, And when the caller at the end called and mentioned it, I thought, man, you know what? Why don't I reach out and see if these guys want to talk about this?
Where are they now? I don't think we've done a Where Are They Now.
Yeah. And it's an inspirational story.
Yeah, you've gone up, we've gone down. Not as good. Less listeners. You've gone up.
Everybody's up and down all the time.
Yeah.
You know,
that's what we tell to make ourselves tell ourselves to feel better.
And sometimes they pass on you. And you think that you may be going the same direction? No. Rarely.
Yeah, sometimes
happen.
you're not going any direction. All right, hold on.
So one man's trash, another man's treasure scenario.
For sure. Hold on 1 second, okay? Hold on. All right, Mr. Van, would you like to?
And people discount just holding steady. Holding steady's good.
You know who got a bad rap? Steady Eddie. No one likes Steady Eddie.
Yeah. I mean,
but you know what he was? I'll tell you one thing he was. He was steady.
Yeah. You can just get to where you're going, then hold.
But his brother, Sweaty Eddie, not as good.
All
right. Would you like to start?
Yeah.
I'm glad you pulled me out of that. That was going really fucking corny. All right, here we go. In 3, 2.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. On the line is a gentleman that we had on the show.
Do you want to tell the story before we pull him up? Tell the story.
Well, let's talk to him. Jeremy's on the line. How you doing, Jeremy?
Hey, I'm good. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Good. Your voice sounds different for some reason.
Yeah, I forgot how deep and
but he doesn't sound
golden voice.
He doesn't sound the same than when the first time we met him.
No,
I think it's age, man. I think with age, I think all white guys that sound like that in their youth grow to sound a little more like me in their older ages.
Okay, AI wrote you a song about you. So AI wrote you a song. So just hold tight because AI got something to say.
I sound thuggy, my voice sounds black. I sound thuggy, my pussy in my crack. I sound thuggy, I'm white as can be. If you can only hear me, then I know what you see. I used to work the slaughterhouse, my voice sounded black. Now I run a whole division, how you like that? I sound thuggy, my voice sounds black. I sound thuggy, my pussy in my crack.
I think I can say that because it's a cat. I think I can say that.
Oh, okay.
I think I can say that. Crack is fine. It's people smoke it. I got one. It's fine. Everything is fine.
That's good.
Okay, hold on. Let me kill. I don't want to step. Okay, I'm glad you like that. But your voice has changed. You were like when we first met you. You were a little more what it do. And,
oh man, I think that was probably. I mean, I feel like there's been 10 years since then.
I feel like it's been longer than
it was.
that.
It was at our old studio. Okay, so
yeah.
We had Jeremy on A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan, which is our podcast, and we did a segment called Worst Job Ever, and our listeners, I think it was all
Most
BDMs.
of our shows are just about jobs. Just so you know, I just want you to know.
You know what?
We're obsessed with jobs.
It's something that everybody has to do.
Because we were forced to make our own, and then we became obsessed with it. We're the job guys.
But
of course I eat a chicken bake while I'm looking at cool jobs.
Like, I guess jobs, food, sleep, there's some just universal things.
Sex,
Well, some people are asexual, which I always found odd.
Yeah.
That
I think being asexual is gay. I don't know. That just sounds funny to say. It's
gay is hypersexual.
Yeah, gay is hypersexual.
God.
I'm almost gay.
Anyway, so Jeremy was on a show that we did called Worst Jobs Ever, and he talked about his previous job that he had, which was at a kill room or the kill room in a slaughterhouse.
I think it was the kill room.
Right, Jeremy?
Yeah. Man, I was in the unfortunate position of I could see it all, right? I see him feed the cows in, funnel them in, pop them in the head, string them up by their foot, gut them from, throat to tail, and then everything would fall out onto a conveyor belt and work its way right to me. And then I had the pleasure of cutting the stomach open, dumping what was in there down this industrial toilet, basically. And you have to cut off two sections of the stomach. One is called the tripe, and one is called the omasum. And the rest gets thrown into that same industrial-sized toilet. The two pieces you cut off would go into basically an industrial washing machine. They'd steam them, wash them, you pull them out, hang them dry, and about the time you did that, we did, about 10 cows. That was about a day. You go shower and then you clock out.
10 tripes.
Wow.
I'm gonna steam me up 10 tripes and get the hell out of here for the day.
And
That's a tough ass job. Even okay, he's now saying it 10 years in the future, right?
Yeah.
We're hearing it again. Worse. It's worse now than it was back then.
Yeah, I was tougher 10 years ago. But, when you get older, you're like, God damn, like, I need some AC.
Yeah, Jeremy, you probably remember we all say the same jokes. Nothing has changed. I probably said some stuff about how friends of mine or my mom ate tripe, which is true. And they were tougher people. Southern people ate it. Latin people ate it. Tripe was not a wasted item.
Jeremy, and I know we went over this 10 years ago, but we'll refresh everybody's memory. Did you clock out for lunch and then have to, you wash your hands and eat a bologna sandwich in the break room?
Yeah,
and then go back?
Eat a meatball marinara.
This is like the only thing that I could say about. It was a corporate entity.
Yeah.
So I mean they treated you well in the sense like they knew what you were dealing with. So it was free lunch, free breakfast. Had an on-site cafeteria, but it was almost like school. The bell would ring, and then you'd go through and you'd wash your hands and stuff. You'd take off all your protective gear. And there was someone there every day that was cooking food like a cafeteria. You stroll through.
Here comes Jeremy. You look great today, Mr. Jeremy. Here, let me give you an extra scoop of mashed potatoes, baby.
They smell you coming for sure. There's no doubt about that.
I miss lunch ladies, man, because lunch ladies are nice, and some kids, that's all they got. Seriously, is the nice, sweet lunch ladies, because their mom and dad are horrible.
Was it a decent lunch? I imagine it had to be, right? Because the company is like, we got to feed these people well because they're gonna quit.
Yeah, it was a small kitchen, but still like a restaurant style kitchen.
Oh, nice.
And I can't recall the meals offhand, but I know that I was surprised at how good it was. And then the accoutrement, the little bowls of cereal and the little to-go milk if you wanted to snatch it. I mean, I put a couple in my pocket.
That's how you judge. Sure. That's how you judge a hotel. If they got Apple Jacks, then you're staying in a nice spot. If they just have the healthy cereal, ain't nobody spending money on cereal.
So Jeremy, how long did you work at the slaughterhouse?
Man, I think by the time we had that conversation, I was there maybe a month or two, and I stayed at the slaughterhouse for about 6 to 8 months total. So I might have been there about another 6 months after that.
But it feels like a 20-year run. I feel like
it was an eternity, man.
Yeah, I bet it was.
I'd never go back. Never go back.
Yeah, and people say that about jail.
Did they play music or some sort of or was it all
just
industrial?
The screams of animals.
Oh yeah. It's the whirring, like the whirling of the conveyor belt and the plop of the gut and the best part about it is, like I said, they cut them from throat to tail. So there was this sweet little, super-sized bread clamp that they have to put at the end of the colon because that comes out too, And so that thing goes flopping around and you get that clip flying off. I mean, then you're hearing the screams of the guy that it hits.
Oh, yeah. Your buddy gets hit with a doo-doo clip.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, a doo-doo clip. I don't want to be hit by no doo-doo clip.
People should just think about this when they're bitching about their job as they sit there and they're like, my boss is mean to me.
Yeah, another report? How dare he? Jeremy, my wife, my daughter and I, boy, that's a Freudian. My daughter and I love the word plop. And I'm really glad you used that because that is an underutilized word that sounds as it is. I love those type of words.
Very
but yeah,
descriptive.
of it just laying. Oh God.
So Jeremy, let me just put myself in your shoes for a second.
Bloody shoes.
I'm in the slaughterhouse.
What kind of boots you got to wear?
Yeah.
Oh, white rubbers.
Oh, yeah, wellies. You got the
DeSantis.
DeSantis. Yeah. You got the sweet DeSantis. But these are bloodstained.
Oh, just like his.
If I was to say, I'd be like, give me some camo boots. Don't give me these bright white Seinfelds.
His is more blood in his hands.
Someone's going to have camo boots around here. Just give me the goddamn camos.
Like Jeremy doesn't seem to care, but he's going to weave a couple political jokes in there. I like it. Good job.
So back to I'm in the slaughterhouse. slaughterhouse, and I'm doing the job, and I'm like, this stinks. I hate it. All right, but
but you're not a complainer, so that's big for you.
Yeah. But then, and then I go home. I have a couple long neck Miller Lights.
You don't drink beer.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying in the slaughterhouse.
Okay.
Because I'm not a White Claw. I'm a real man. I can't be drinking White Claw. That's for podcasting. So, and then, I just go again the next day because I can't, to get another job.
Well, what are you going to march in there and quit?
Yeah, well, it's not even that.
That's not your style, man.
I'm too tired to even apply for other jobs, and then I'm just stuck in this never-ending, circle of going to work at a job I hate, then coming home, getting drunk. Anyway.
Who had the worst job? Was it you, or who had the the guy that put the clamp on the colon? Who's that guy?
Well, funny enough, that was a lady.
More delicate. I want a lady to clamp my colon. I don't want a man clamping mine. If I'm a dead cow, I don't want no man clamping my colon. I want a gentle woman.
Yeah,
no one is more equipped to deal with that kind of mess than a woman.
Yeah,
listen,
they're tougher.
I have found that in my travels, my life travels, that you find the right woman, she's tougher than men.
Not
in the statistical majority.
In different ways.
I'm just saying the right woman is tougher than the toughest man I've seen. Anyway.
Yeah, like Large Marge can clean up some colon juice. You know what I mean? Like, she's got it. She can clamp anything.
So, Jeremy, how do you get out of that job?
First, I heard you mention the long necks. It was certainly Bush Lights.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
That's what you're drinking.
Keep it
That's
budget.
what you're drinking out there after work for sure.
Decent flavor.
But it's with the hours, and it was horrible pay. It was $10 an hour, So it's like you're stuck in this cycle. Like you got to have the money, so you can't take the time off. And then the flip side is you don't have any time to apply. At that time, Craigslist. You'll find out by the time we get to the end of this. Craigslist is like was my best friend. The hiring section of Craigslist. I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought you were selling those colon clamps. You're like, hey, slightly used colon clamps, 2 for $80.
Yeah, I mean, you could put some tripe in your pocket.
Yeah, pocket tripe, man. I'll tell you right now,
baby.
Yeah, there's a market for pocket tripe.
No, but there was a sales position, and I always prided myself on being able to schmooze and talk.
Sure.
I had a sales ability. So there was a position for a mattress salesman in Ocala on Craigslist, and so eventually, I followed up on that and got an interview. So called off of the slaughterhouse job. The old man that owned the mattress store lived in Michigan. So he would come down, just old greasy gray-haired man.
What do old white dudes own mattress places, and then they start them, and I'm starting in Ocala, and I'm moving to the Ozarks, and I'll never be seen again.
It seems like it's a money laundering or something, because I've seen these
and they're all greasy. Like Mattress Mac is greasy.
They're smoking.
Yeah.
The mattress industry, all right, so the way I can speak to it from his perspective. First of all, I mean, it was a mess. There were nights I'd be up, let's just say, I was burning it at both ends at this point in my life.
And the irony, you're working for a mattress company and you're like, I'm up all night. I'm like, hey.
Because when I come clock in, I'm in the back office in one of the mattresses passed out because I can't even bring myself out to the desk at this point of the day.
Sure.
But I get the job at the mattress factory. It's loosey goosey as can be. The owner's in Michigan, so we're selling mattresses, and you get this 30-day comfort trial, 45-day comfort trial. Well, when you get the mattress back at these reputable places, it then goes to a clearance or outlet center where it's clearly labeled. Hey, this is gently used. It was 30 days, whatever. No, not here. We're rebagging it. We're reselling it.
I like that. I like a rebag mattress. I support rebag mattresses.
Put that thing back on the floor.
Yeah. Tom told me. And you know what? That's the way.
You hammer it out, with some sort of tennis racket?
Did you know that Tom? That's how Tom sealed the deal. When we started this company, he looked at me and he said, "We're gonna run this thing like we're rebagging mattresses." And I'm like, "Let's do it!" And we shook hands.
This old man made money hand over fist because all he did was he found a real cheap a manufacturing plant that would, they were basically ripping off your Sealy's and Sertas,
Sure.
and, kind of making them in that image, but for, at less quality, less price. And, he had an in on it, and he's just funneling them things from Michigan down
And
to
Florida
Florida.
rednecks love a cheap mattress.
Oh, yeah.
They love it. They won't spend money.
How many mattresses I've strapped to the top of an F-150 or thrown in the back of a bed.
Rednecks do not like spending money on sleep. They don't like it. In fact, most of my relatives, you want to know why they think I'm like bleeding heart, liberal, horrible person? Because I have a sleep number bed. They're like, oh, you terrible human, you bad person. You think sleep is important?
It's a GD waste of time.
Yeah, I don't think my dad ever bought a mattress over $100.
I'm going to spend money on something I'm unconscious. I want to spend money on something that makes me unconscious.
Oh, I forgot you thought this way too. Thank you. Thank you for filling in the gaps there.
And I don't mind sleeping on a used mattress.
I forgot Tom's a little severe. He goes full balloony waterbed, which is a different step. That's a different step.
So you're selling these rebagged mattresses at the mattress store. Is this while you're working still at the slaughterhouse, or is this after?
Oh, no, the slaughterhouse is once you find something different, no call, no show, we're never looking back type scenario. As soon as I got the green light at the mattress store, which was, a 180 from the slaughterhouse.
Sure.
I mean, slacks, shirt and tie, and the mattress. Oh, yeah, and just like a car salesman, they want you to look like you're somebody there.
Yeah, but to get used to it, because you were a little thuggier. Did you the first day? Did you come dressed as the Bishop Don Juan, the Bishop Don? Did you come with like a pimp chalice and you're like, what's that, my baby?
You know the look.
Yeah.
You know the look. It's the big, the baggy khaki pants.
Yeah.
I've got the Nautica shirt that's a little too long in the sleeve.
Yeah. And white guys that talk like this still rock a Caesar cut with earrings.
Yeah. A long Nautica shirt. And then it's you bought at Marshall's, so it's thin.
Yeah.
You can see your nipples.
Wonky.
You look a little boy band, a little rapper, and I like it. I'm here for it.
Fake diamond stud earrings.
Hell yeah, man. I wore that stuff. Maybe rock a bracelet. Put on some fresh Air Force Ones. Don't even put a crease in the tip of them.
Oh, yeah. And I was settling in, at this point. So I got to the mattress factory or the mattress warehouse. Sorry, I don't want to get anybody in trouble.
Yeah,
but,
you're fine. Nobody listens to this anyway.
He brought me on. I think they brought me on at a $30,000 salary. And I thought I hit the jackpot.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Oh, man.
When you're wearing Nautica and you hear $30,000, it blows your Caesar cut off. It blows your zirconiums out of your ears. Bam! Because you could actually buy a nice watch. You can buy some earrings.
You're like, 30,000? Yeah. Oh, my God.
You're like, I can go Gap. I don't have to go Old Navy anymore.
How much weed I can buy with $30,000.
You know what? We should have gone to him for the right answer. That was the right answer. $30,000 worth of weed.
Yeah.
That was all it was about right there. Now, what bar could I afford at this point? Yeah, I was set there. I thought, oh, this is where I'm going to spend the rest of my life. This guy just paid me $30,000. Maybe by the time I'm 50, I'll be making $40,000 or $45,000, and I'll really be rolling in the dough.
Yeah. And then you'll be like us. A couple of podcasts. You'll be a couple of big D podcasters.
Jeremy, I remember when I was an intern at the radio station, and I thought, I was like, if I'm ever able to make $50,000, then I'll be set forever. There's nothing else I'll ever need. No. I mean, that's the pinnacle of riches in my mind. I was like, 50,000. I can't even imagine.
You can swing into that like $1,000 a week range. It's like there's nothing I can't do with $1,000 coming next Friday. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing I can't figure out.
I thought when I signed my first contract at Real Radio, I thought for a split second, I'm like, maybe used Lamborghini. I could get a used Lamborghini.
And then when you're middle-aged, you're like, how did I think that?
Oh, my God.
Everything's so GD expensive that, $50,000 a year in 2025, you barely, it's like rent is $2,500 a month.
Did you get a free mattress? Not to jump back to it, but did they give you one?
Let's just say yes, I did.
You finessed
end up
one.
with a. Yeah, I finagled a mattress.
Yeah, got
absolutely.
to. You got to get.
especially if I'm working for a guy that's rebagging mattresses, I'm going to work a mattress up out of them for sure.
I agree. I agree with that moral compass.
So how'd you get out of the mattress store, Jeremy? Please say you're still there.
or say you started a slaughterhouse in the back of the mattress factory.
You're like, this is it. Now I make $42,000.
I realized where I went wrong. So no, actually, I had a friend. So just to rewind a little bit, before the slaughterhouse, I had done time where most people do time in the kitchen, and specifically, I had spent some time in Tijuana Flats. So I had a couple of old buddies. Yeah, I had a couple of old buddies.
Daniel said that, by the way.
My memory works in. Okay, Jeremy, you got to understand, buddy, because we played foot golf together too. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah, I know
that story that's coming up.
Yeah, this is my buddy. Like, I love this guy. But like, it was funny because when we said we were calling, you don't understand. I'm a little old man now, and I have to double check myself. And I said, wasn't he? I thought he worked at Tijuana Flats.
I was like, I don't know.
And I saw Tom look at me like he's doing it again. He's going crazy.
I was like, it's the slaughterhouse guy. Foggy Buggy.
No, look, I've been in the shadows trying to pilfer money to you guys for years now. Okay, so
yeah, great job, Tom. All the shadow money we've been avoiding.
By the way, I wrote Jeremy a handwritten a True Love BDM membership. I mean, he pays $10.95 a month.
Yes, he does.
And I had to look at it. I'm like, the slaughterhouse guys paying more than our lawyers.
Huh? My son was there when I opened that card. He said, God, that guy's handwriting is horrible.
I like that. I like that he bullied me.
Bullied by kids is the greatest thing. 'Cause I get bullied all the time, and it's really funny.
All right, so how'd you get out?
So I'm at the Mattress, and at the time, I kept in touch with a couple of the buddies, and one of them worked his way up to general manager, and he was general managing the Claremont location. Over on Highway 50, and I think it's Hickman or something like that over there in Claremont. So he calls me. He says, "Look, dude, I'd worked with him for a couple years before." He said, "Hey, I need someone to come help me run the restaurant. I need an assistant general manager. What are you making right now?" I told him I was making $30,000. He said, "I'll pay you 32." I said, "You got it. You got me. Deal. 32,000." So now I'm driving from Ocala.
Tom wouldn't have done that, by the way. I saw the doubt in his face because he's like, "No, I know this. $2,000. You're gonna have to do $5."
I took it. Mind you, like at this point, I'm thinking, God's shining a light on me. It's like I get 30. Now it's 32. If you get 32, you get 34.
Oh, that's what Tom said.
Hold on, Jeremy. That's my business plan.
Oh, now he's really hot, Jeremy. Oh, you pissed off? Oh, Tom is so mad now.
You can't just steal my business plan here. All right, go ahead.
Learn from the best, man. I think you should take it as a compliment.
Oh, he did. Now you said learn from the best, and the guy just literally adjusted his package and stood up.
Well, so he gives me the offer. So obviously I'm going to take it because I remember the benefits that come with working in a kitchen like Tijuana Flats. There's just a lot of ancillary benefits. You get your employees, your coworkers, and at this point I'm coming in a position of authority. So those if I tell you those shorts need to be a little shorter, then they.
No, I thought that's what you were saying.
Yeah. I know I jumped to conclusions, but
you were taking Tijuana Sweeties into the dry good area or into the freezer.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to take a Tijuana Sweetie into the freezer and say, "Show me that queso." Come on. Yeah.
I married a Tijuana Sweetie. My wife today is one of the.
What?
No,
that's a dream come true.
That's my dream. You're stealing my dream.
That was Tom's dream. In fact, I can't even tell you this story because Dom told me I can't dox people anymore. But there is a very famous Tijuana Sweetie that will remain nameless that used to hook Tom up with tacos like crazy, and we used to go visit her. And now she is hot as hell and gone. She's also. Okay, I'm not
There's nothing like a good Tijuana Sweetie.
Oh, the Tijuana Sweetie. Yeah. You know what? For a hot minute.
She's not into the burritos.
Yeah, exactly. She likes the taco. So let's just say this. Let's say this. The two hottest women in Orlando for me to marry, the two most coveted, Tijuana Sweeties, and Jeremiah's Italian Ice Sweeties. Those two sweeties are the ones you want. Everybody else is a big old fish hag.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, well, what is it about tacos and ice? the sweeties like so much.
Everyone likes tacos and ice cream.
Anyway, so
So I'm at Tijuana, and you can see right off the bat this is going to go south quickly because I've got free reign. I've got 18, 19, 20-year-old women looking at me like, you know what I mean, like I'm the next best, like I'm the new Adam. The new guy comes through the door, everybody wants a piece,
Yeah.
So
you're just bang crazy for a little while, and you're like, this is way better than the slaughterhouse.
It's like, yeah, this is a different type of slaughterhouse now.
Oh, I like that.
This cannot continue to go on, right?
Yeah.
And then, so to make matters worse, my son's mom and I, we weren't married. We end up, falling on hard times. AKA, I'm more concerned with my job at Tijuana Flats now, so we end up splitting up, right? So I moved from Ocala and I moved in with my boss, the manager, to a 2-bedroom in Eustis. And
now you can really slay because if you get rid of your wife, the only thing stopping me from banging hot sweeties is my wife Andrea. And if I got rid of her and my daughter Maisie, then I would be they'd call me Taco Dad. I'd be unstoppable.
The sweetie's like, ooh, he's Eustace Paul Wall.
I got to live that single dad, that single dad life that we all dream about for a little while.
Smack my ass and call me single.
It's as great as we all think it is, that top down, 7-Eleven birthday gift life is great.
It is.
Now, how is it living with your manager?
It was horrible. It got to the point. I mean, I got into a real good schedule of whenever I wasn't working, I was just at the home. I was at the house, just stoned out of my mind. I mean, I'm making now at this point more money than I had ever made. My rent is cheap. I don't have a ton of overhead now because I'm not paying for my son's mom at the time and everything we had going on. So, I mean, it's just party crazy. We're hanging out, and I could sense a little bit of resentment. My roommate, my boss, he's a little older, a little pudgier. It wasn't quite having the
fat piece of crap.
He wasn't quite having as good a time as I was.
He's like EJ. EJ looks at me and Tom living our lives and having fun, and then you gotta have some pudgy downer come over and ruin your life.
Yeah. You don't want your employees having more fun than you. You're like, wait a minute, I'm the boss.
That's true. That's why we fired Butler. That's why we fired Butler. No one could have more fun than Butler.
I know. This guy's painting helmets.
Have you seen him lately? He's like world traveling.
I know.
Looks better than ever. More handsome.
Yeah. You can't be better looking and having more fun.
It was actually at this point while I was there, that's when I reached out to Butler, that we became a watering hole for a little while at that Claremont.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's right. That's when Butler was cheating on his wife with the sweeties.
Don't say that.
I love launching little things. I launched little they're Chinese lanterns into the sky.
Yes, now I remember.
We took company funds and donated for the foot golf. That's when my boss was the one that handed you the ass sweat riddle check in the little. I still have a photo of it.
Oh, the butt check.
Yeah, it was a butt check. It was soaking wet because it was in his back pocket for the whole foot golf course.
The pudgy downer gave us a butt check. You pudgy downer, take this check back and get us a clean check that doesn't have your ass sweat on it. You disgusting.
It was hot too. Let's play in September.
We almost killed Jason Guy because it was so hot out there that he was sweating. Oh God.
I feel like we called it that year, right? Because it was at Disney, and they didn't have any carts for anyone, so we were walking.
And it was the most walking that any of our listeners had done ever. and then
we ruined a lot of relationships that day.
And then we broke a TV, and then the Disney people tried to charge us $8,000 for it. And
the news stopped taking our calls after that.
Yeah, then we had to stand on business. Yeah, Michelle Imperata and Jason Guy just stopped talking to us, which I don't blame them. I would do that too. They're justified in doing that. News Junkie stopped talking to us because we sweated him out of his pants.
Oh, it was a beast that day, man. It was hell. I specifically remember that day.
I remember almost throwing up and then having to lay in my wife's car with the air on because it was so hot. I remember that.
So, Jeremy, how'd you get out of the flats?
So, like I said, I think the last straw was one day I was off. I think I had been smoking and playing video games all day. My boss had a closing shift. He came through the door.
We're out of Jason's mom sauce, you idiot.
He came through the door at like 1:15, and no words were said, but the look that he shot me as I was reclined on the couch and the room was full of smoke was like, you mother, I think he was ready. I could tell. So it wasn't long. I started looking, and again, I went back to Craigslist.
You could feel it.
And,
See, I can do that. Sometimes I can feel that with Tom. I feel that he wants me out of here. But it'll simmer back down. It'll simmer back down.
Sometimes I do pop on Craigslist. I'm like, oh my God, they haven't changed the format.
The colors are the same.
Yeah, they haven't changed the text or format.
You know what's weird too?
In 25 years.
And also, Craig is dead.
Yeah.
And so is Angie.
I'd
She
like
died
that.
too.
You know what? They're the only ones that got it right. Just keep it the same. God damn it.
Yeah, MS-DOS.
Everybody else changes, and I don't understand it. Craigslist kept it the same. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, it's great. Yeah. I mean, I haven't been on it in a while, thankfully. But at the time, it guided me to several, even short-term jobs, that filled in the gaps before the slaughterhouse. But hell, that's where I found the slaughterhouse at, honestly.
How were you able to bring the Tijuana Sweetie along for the ride?
So there was a beautiful Portuguese and Dominican young lady, just turned 18. And mind you, I'm 35 at the time, so this is great for me. She clearly has an interest, and I'm at this point I was getting my son every other weekend. So, what.
And I would imagine that your ex-wife at this time loves the fact that you're dating an 18-year-old Portuguese sweetie.
Oh yeah, I mean a 10. Easy,
yeah.
Right? She's a 10 easy. And then, my son's mom, we know how that goes when you're recovering from childbirth. It's not always the greatest. So, she was not.
You don't mince words either, Jeremy.
She was still recovering from childbirth.
Hey, look, man, some they call it the snapback. Some snapback, some fall apart. I don't know.
Oh, my God. I don't know
my
what's
metabolism is fast, okay? I don't have a problem. I can do whatever I want.
I got you.
I'm not judging you.
Yeah.
Listen, I want your life.
Hey, the world is filled with LeBrons and jelly rolls. We get it. We get it.
Yeah.
But she was babysitting for me, and then look, it only takes a couple of times, a few late nights over, Anyway, so we're seeing each other.
Yeah.
She's 18. We're seeing each other, and things just worked out. She's a great person. Honestly enough, to fast forward to where we are today a bit, she actually works. She's a financial advisor, makes a ton of money, and will probably, is probably going to be my retirement.
There you go. Oh my God! I've always wanted to have an 18-year-old sweetie retire me into the. Oh my God!
Yeah.
She's 25 now. I mean, I can tell you the company. I
got an old 40-year-old Polish. You yelling at me. Yeah. When is your leg gonna heal, you?
Yeah.
What did baby Billy call the nanny?
I got a 43-year-old ex Miami chunga.
Yeah, you do. You have a white chunga. That's hard. That's hard.
But no. I think she saw the meteoric rise that I was on. Let's just be honest, and she figured she'd hitch her wagon to a shooting star.
But I mean, all jokes aside, it sounds like you guys are super happy, and now your job now is you got out, and now you run you run construction, right?
Yeah. So for the past few years, when I left Tijuana Flats, I got into the industry that I'm in now. That company was a smaller business. I've since moved on in the same industry, same line of work, but to a larger company with branches in a few other states. We have one branch in Florida, and it's funny quickly about how I ended up being being the manager of the division of Florida division of this company. The old man that I worked with at the job I took when I left Tijuana Flats, when I first got into sales and construction, he ended up opening this branch before me. He brought me in. They liked me better than him, gave him the squeeze, and then gave me the reins. So it was a little espionage that went on for me to get it. But I mean, I couldn't. I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean,
I like your honesty. You like,
dude, I've got a 6-figure salary, company vehicle. I mean, I've got all the benefits.
And how old is your wife?
And a Portuguese sweetie.
Yeah,
25.
25 sweetie. Oh my God.
25 years old. She works for J.P. Morgan in downtown Orlando.
Oh my God.
I mean, like. We're doing great right now. Yeah, we just bought a huge house in Deltona.
There you go.
Oh God, this is my dream.
Living the dream. Big wet asses, Portuguese ass out by the pool.
Yeah, I've always wanted the biggest house in Deltona.
Me too.
I used to see it. I'm like, that guy. He's the real king.
I'd pass by it. It was on the lake.
I think the last time I came in, I was bringing free Tijuana flats from my job. This time, I'm literally trying to take you guys to lunch. I understand you're busy, but yeah, the car it's a 180 from before, man. It's
well, let's do it Jeremy style. Let's go to a strip club and let's get our hands dirty, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well,
Eat some shrimps and crab legs.
Yeah, let's get shrimp and white wine.
Jeremy, it was great talking to you, and
you're funny,
when you
man.
mentioned you had a story, like I like hearing stories, like coming up stories, because it is an inspiration to everybody. It's like, hey, if you're in a situation you don't like, you just keep moving up. Keep hustling.
We all know what it's like to be in a situation. I mean, you and I obviously know what it's like to be in a situation that you don't like and then having to make a change. Everybody can identify with that. And it's hard because I don't think anybody wants to do it. I don't think anybody, like when he was at this, Jeremy, when you were at the slaughterhouse, I mean, you didn't necessarily want to pivot, but you knew you needed to.
Yeah. And if there's one thing I could say is that, I was, 28 at the slaughterhouse. I thought, I'm thinking I'm going nowhere. If anybody's familiar with Ocala, I was specifically in the Salt Springs area. I mean, Tom, you've driven through Salt Springs. It's nothing. There's not even a red light there.
Yeah.
So that's where I lived, and that's, where I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life. And that was at 29. And then at 35, I'm at Tijuana Flats. I'm thinking nothing's going to get better than this. And here I am, I'm 39, and I'm probably where I'll end up. And it's just to say that, like, not to get cheesy, but it really is, like, never too late to make that change. If you feel it, you need to follow through on it because you never know.
Make a change for
Yeah.
my life.
And then also on the opposite of that, because a lot of people dislike their job.
I think most people do. You used to say that all the time on the show we used to be on, and everyone would yell at you. And I'm like, no, I think he's right. I would say it. I'd say, like, I'd wave my hands. I'd be like, no, I talked to my friends and most of my jobs. We're talking not career. He didn't say career.
Yeah.
He said jobs.
Yeah,
he said most of my friends hate their jobs. Most people hate their jobs. And everybody would yell at Drunky the Bear and yell at him. He's like, I don't think he's. I'd be in the back. I'd be like,
I don't think. What world do you live in? What the hell are you? You live in real life?
I didn't say career. I didn't say. A guy, Mo DeWitt, who owns his own law firm and has fun meeting people. I didn't say that guy hates his job. I said people that have.
But by the way, a job is supposed to be a job. It's not supposed to be fun. Fun's fun.
Yes.
A job is a job.
My dad used to say that. That's my dad's phrase.
A job earns you money, and get it done. But there's worse ones than others. Anyway, go ahead.
One thing my pudgy ex-roommate left with me that rings in my head, it really is. It taught me something. You're either going to do what you love, or you're going to do something that allows you to do what you love. Like there's one or the other. So you're either going to love your job, or you just need to come to grips that you're going to do something, but let it give you the avenue to do something you want to do. Because you're not always going to be happy with what you do.
Well, unless you're a terrible person and what you'd love to do is against the law. Then I would argue that you're not allowed to do it.
Here's the thing.
You'll never be allowed to do it.
Against the law doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It just means the damn United States government doesn't like it.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's bad necessarily.
Yeah, absolutely. There we go.
Yeah. You don't like that I'm not giving you all my tax money? Who's the victim here?
You don't like that I just
wasted
shoot
anyway.
my gun in Baldwin Park? You don't like that? Well, come find me.
You're one step away from admitting to something that you should.
I know, right? Yeah, we're just playing around, too. We're just playing around because
they're wasting it all.
We're excited you're here.
Serious.
Jeremy, thanks for talking to us today, man, and good luck with everything. And we will have lunch one day.
Yeah.
Once we find our mansion in Deltona.
And I know you'll do it. Give that Portuguese one big slap on the ass for me one time, okay?
You know it, man. You know it, guys. Thank you for the time.
All right, buddy. We love you. Be good.
All right.
He's a real one.
Yeah,
I like that guy.
Yeah.
He is less thuggy, though, all jokes aside. He's a professional man now.
Yeah, but it comes out sometimes.
A little bit.
It's still there in the background.
Yeah, a little bit.
He just got old, and then he toned it down.
Yeah,
we all get toned down.
You can still hear the grill.
Yeah.
I want a grill so bad, or a gold tooth or something. I want a ponytail.
Yeah. Go
face
crazy.
tattoo. I am going crazy.
Yeah. That's good for business. All right.
Do you want to take a break?
Yeah. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back with more corporate time.
No, we had to take a break.
Yeah. Well, we went way too long. I don't even know what we're gonna do with that now. But we
It's a good segment. Great segment. Funny. Where do you want to put it? Do you want me to just put it in a folder?
Should we just air it for tonight?
For Wednesday, and then what was tonight? I'm looking at it right here. I can put it in there as 3 and 4, and then change the 1 and 2 to another Wednesday.
Or
We did a weird job with who? What was our other weird job?
No, we don't have Wednesday. Wednesday's done. Today's Thursday. Oh no, today is Wednesday. Jesus. Yeah, Wednesday. No. We need to do Thursday and Friday today.
You could do this as Thursday.
Yeah, I was gonna do Friday with Jesse, and then I was gonna put this on Monday because we have all of Monday to do.
Mm-hmm.
But then since we had Pat Boone tomorrow, I was gonna put Pat do.
I don't know how long we're gonna get with Pat. To tell you the truth, he's 90 years old.
Yeah. So we could do a small segment with Pat. Let's just put this for Monday.
Okay.
And
Works for me. That's the
technically,
we already have.
we have 3. We could put this as Monday 2, and then do a small.
Yeah, you want to do that?
Because we did 36.
Yeah, it says here 24. Or no, just now 38.
Oh, 38. Yeah. So we could do 7 minutes. That's
Not
too.
even.
That's
You could
too.
do 5.
Is that too short with Pat? 5
Pat
minutes. We
Boone?
can't do 5 minutes. With
No,
Pat.
you can't do 5 minutes with Pat.
But we also have Monday 4.
Which is we need 16 minutes.
16. So that will be Pat.
Okay.
We could do 16 minutes for Monday 4, and then we could just do a 5-minute super quick intro,
Okay.
or just split Jeremy.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know,
Like 2 segments.
But let's just do 6. We could do 6 minutes, super quick intro, take a break, then do a long Jeremy segment. So that'll be Monday. That'll be good.
Keyed Up Medium wants to know if you need a jacket for New York. He would offer his nice jacket if you need.
It's not going to be that bad. It's going to be like 50s at night, which is perfect.
It was going to be
and
really bad, and then
like 60s
the
during
weather
the day.
got really nice. I think you can run now, dude.
Oh yeah.
With like a sweatshirt and some.
No, dude, 50s is great. I was running this morning and it's fucking hot. I fucking tripped.
No.
Ate shit.
Did you fall down?
Oh yeah.
Well, I know all about that. I do it in here when I'm wiring stuff. I just like bounce off of stuff. I'm like, okay, well, I'll move. This is almost done. You want to do a quick one here?
Well, we need time for lunch. I'm trying to think. So we got Marlon at 12:30, right?
Marlon Wayne's at 12:30.
So, and then Jesse's at 1. I was gonna put Marlon on Thursday. So we could start.
We only have 15 minutes with Marlon.
15, okay. So then,
or less. It could be like 10, but that's all we got.
So.
Marlon.
Okay.
TurboScribe.
Well, then do we start Thursday show with Marlon, and then stop it, and then do Friday show with Jesse Wolf, and then come back and do Thursday 2? Or do we do Thursday 1 before Marlon, take a break, and then finish it with Marlon? I'm just trying to think of what.
I don't know. I don't know. Marlon's. Okay, so we only have 10 minutes. Let's just work it based on what we have. We know we're not going to have a lot of time for Marlon. So
Is it only 10 minutes with
Yeah,
Marlon?
it's 10 to 15, and he has like we have to get him out as quick as we can.
Okay.
That's what I was told. Now, in true Marlon Wayans fashion, we get him on, and that's not true, and he just powers through, and he gives us 2 hours.
Or 20 minutes. Or
Right.
whatever. You know, but okay, so I'm just trying to think of, we aired for tonight's ACT. Do we start it with Marlon, or do we do a
I think it's
20
better to
minute
start it
segment
with
now?
Marlon.
Yeah, but just because it start, and then
He's the name.
so okay, we'll start it. We'll start Thursday's ACT with Marlon. Do as much as we can, whatever. That'll be one segment for Thursday. Then we'll take a break. We'll bring in Jesse for Friday's show. We'll record that for Friday, and then we'll
Easy.
come back and just finish off on
Perfect.
Thursday.
So Marlon, Jesse, finish.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then Monday we'll do Pat Boone for the last segment, and then we'll record a 5-minute intro.
You might have to talk this out with me again.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that
I'm
totally
I'm
makes
just
sense.
talking out. Okay, that's what we'll do.
Yep.
And so we'll take a break now, just so we
right.
can eat lunch,
Lunchtime.
and then we'll come back a little before 12:30 with Marlon Wayans,